Yeah, really happy with how the weekend went. We knew going into this weekend specifically, UH and Colorado State were both going to provide us some real challenges that I knew would prepare us for the AAC. UH is a quality team. They'd maybe struggled a little bit earlier in the year, but I had a feeling they were going to figure things out in time for us, and it was a really competitive match. I thought our players played very, very well. We created some quality chances. And we were unfortunate not to at least walk away with a draw in that game. Just our kids compete. Our kids did the things that we asked of them. Unfortunately, we just weren't clinical enough in front of goal to put in some of the chances that we did create. But I'm proud of where they were and how they responded on the road and gave everything they had on Thursday night against a good team at UH. So, yeah, and then big thing we've talked about this year is we don't want any back-to-back losses. Coming off the loss against UH, we wanted to respond in a positive way against Colorado State. They're a really tough team. We knew they were going to be different just because they were going to be difficult to break down. They're going to be a bit more defensive as opposed to as attacking, but they were going to be dangerous on set pieces. They're going to be dangerous on the counterattack, and that's exactly what they were. But our kids stuck together. We had a number of players off the bench step up and do a really good job. Our depth has been key for us at this point, and so for us to bounce back and get a positive 1-0 result against a very good Mountain West team was a huge bounce back moment for our team. So take that confidence, utilize some of the days that we have yesterday, today to do some recovery, and get ready for training this week as we prepare for another road contest against Central Arkansas.
Coach Jasmine Kessler was really impressive yesterday. Can you talk about what she brings to your team?
Yeah, Kessler is exactly what we recruited her to be. She's a top goalkeeper. She was very good last season. I think there was always a concern of ours how she going to be for her sophomore year, and I thought she, really in all honesty, she's been very good all season long, and we challenge her each and every game. You're gonna have to come up with 3 or 4 big saves to keep us in the game, and that's going to be your job, whether it be crosses into the box, whether it be dealing with set pieces, whether it be just making saves on shots, whatever that is. And she did an excellent job yesterday. Again, she didn't have a whole lot to do for long periods of time, but that's the job. That's the part of being a goalkeeper that you need to be ready when called upon. And I thought in those last 10 minutes, she was massive for us, making some of the saves that she did make and being able to hold on to our third shutout of the year.
Since you started the season, you've been Thursday, Sunday every week. Not having a match this Thursday, what will that allow you to work on in training this week?
First and foremost, get healthy. That's our biggest thing. We definitely been on the grind since that August 1st date. Starting preseason, and our players have done a phenomenal job. But it's nice to have a little bit of a breather here for a couple days to be able to recover. I thought they did a good job recovering yesterday. Had a really a lift session and video today, and then into tomorrow and the rest of the week for training. So we definitely have identified some things we got to work on. We continue over 50% of our shots are on target. But we got to continue putting those away. We've only scored 6 goals. We want to be scoring more, so that's a big focus for us. Other pieces is our box defending, getting better on set pieces, both offensively and defensively, but also through the run of play. Our back line knows we've got to get a bit better at marking tighter in the box, not giving away chances to the other team, and putting ourselves in a position to give up goals. So those are big focuses for us this week as we get ready for a tough Central Arkansas. I know their schedule hasn't exactly panned out for them. I think they've had a couple games challenged because of weather, and they've played some tough opponents otherwise. So we've got to be prepared to get a result on the road, which is our focus this week.
As you prepare for the start of conference play next Thursday, what have you learned about your team to this point that maybe you didn't know at the start of the season, or what are some things that maybe that you did know that have been confirmed?
that were tough as nails. I know I've said that week in and week out. Our kids compete for 90 minutes. I'm really proud of the players being ready to step in. I even spoke to, Izzy Peters, for example, came in the last 5 minutes against Colorado State to kind of help seal up that result. She had a couple key headers in and around the box to be able to help us hold on to that result. Tyler Coker's come off the bench. She started the preseason very well, but she's coming back into her form, and obviously with the goal that she scored against Colorado State was huge. But again, those are just small examples. Addie O'Kelly stepped in for 12 minutes and gave us some massive minutes to be able to give some of our midfield a break and kind of calm the game down. Again, Lulu McFarland stepped on. Riley Lowe has been fantastic. Peyton Godby stepping in for Sasha Dade. Again, on and on and on. Not just the starters, but players coming off the bench have been massive for us, and we just kind of have that mentality of next player up, and they've done a really good job of that. So proud of their toughness, proud of their commitment, and their focus on what needs to be done to get results. And for me, maybe some things are surprised. We're very good on the attack. We're creating a ton of chances. We just need that game to kind of get us over the edge and be able to put a few goals in the back of the net to kind of continue building that confidence. But happy with where we are at this point in time. We know we're going to be a tough defensive team, and we're always going to compete, and that's going to put us in a lot of positive moments to be able to win a lot of games.
You have a number of players who've come in with experience in other sports. I think about Jasmine Kessler in football. You got Canadians who played hockey. What are those players who have played different sports other than soccer at a high level? What do you find that they bring when they come and become a Division I soccer player?
We love multi-sport athletes. I think just what they can learn. Even Addie Johnson played on a state regional champion team in basketball up in Oklahoma. Just those things that they learn from other sports. Obviously, you want kids that are going to be fully committed to the sport they're going to play in college, but I love to see when players are able to play a couple different sports and do a couple different things. I mean, again, you speak of Luli playing ice hockey. I mean, that makes her, as a smaller player, she's tough as nails. She's not afraid to get in and fight and compete. Jasmine Kessler being in those clutch moments, kicking field goals for her football team makes her stronger and more prepared to step up in clutch moments for us. So on and on and on of players that have experienced those types of things in different sports is a very, very valuable asset that they have, and they can tap into those key moments when we need them to on the field. So, just proud of where our players are at, that we talk about this all the time. We want to recruit, highly competitive, high character kids that just love to, get after it. And that's exactly what we have in this roster. And we're definitely thankful for it.
You mentioned your desire to score more goals, but you have been in some situations because you've had some 1-0 results where you've really had to kind of defend that in the last few minutes of the game to preserve the result. How do you think those moments will help you as you get into conference play and maybe some tighter games?
Well, we know every game is going to be super tight in the American. We learned that last year. Some of the losses that we had, some of the ties that we had in the conference last year, even the tie against FAU where we outshoot them, 19-3 or something like that. And it's always going to be a battle. The Tulsa game that we had 0-0, we outshoot them 15-7, but again, it could have gone either way. Every game in the AAC is really on a knife's edge and can go either direction. So we're definitely building up our tolerance, building up our toughness for those tight matches, which we hope will be something we can lean on moving forward, that we've been here, we've done this, we know what it feels like to be in tight matches, whether we're trying to hold on to a draw on the road or whether we're trying to hold on to a victory at home, whatever it is. We know our players are battle tested and ready to do what's needed in the conference to earn every single point possible towards those standings.
Thank you, Coach. I'm good, Michael.
Players that will take care of it today, and thank you, Coach, for coming in, and we will put this on archive and send this out to additional media. Thank you very much, and good luck this weekend, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.